Katie, I call the next part of the Dinner Special podcast the pressure cooker. I'm going to ask you 7 fast and fun questions that we want to know your answers to. Are you up for it?
Sure, let's do it.
Awesome. Number one, which food shows or cooking shows do you watch?
So I don't have cable. My boyfriend and I recently, cut the cord, and we don't have a cable service. So I don't watch a ton of food TV, but I do watch a couple food shows on Netflix. The Great British Baking Show is on Netflix now, and I'm still like on season 1, but it's absolutely adorable, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. Like everybody is just so happy and supportive of one another. And they make really amazing things, and you learn so much from it. So I'm really into that right now. Sometimes while my boyfriend and I cook dinner, we watch Chopped reruns. It's a kind of an inspiration while we're trying to like make something out of what's in the refrigerator. So we'll do that. And then my favorite thing that I just rave about to anybody who will listen is Chef's Table on Netflix, and the 6-part series of the documentaries about some of the best chefs in the world. And it's just the cinematography is just so stunning. I've probably watched each of the episodes like 3 or 4 times. I love it.
Wow, cool. Number two, what are some food blogs or food websites we have to know about? I think you mentioned a couple earlier, but are there some other ones?
I did. I mentioned a couple of like my favorite resources that aren't necessarily blogs, Food 52 and Flourish. But as far as blogs go, I mean, I have a Feedly that, I follow like 200 plus blogs. There are so many inspiring bloggers out there. A couple of my go-tos that I, will check every once in a while if I'm in need of inspiration or just want to see what these girls are up to. I love Hummingbird High, Michelle Lopez. Two Red Bowls, and which is Cynthia, makes these amazing, beautiful dishes. And then My Name is Ye, and she's Molly Ye of North Dakota, and she makes like the most fun, just happy type of dessert. So she's really an inspiration too.
Great. Number three, who do you follow on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat that make you happy?
Well, I hate Twitter, so I don't follow anybody on Twitter. Pinterest is more of like a recipe aggregation and like saving things that inspire me. So I don't really have anybody that I follow religiously on Pinterest, but I do love Instagram. I'm on it all the time, scrolling through it. I follow a ton of people. So some of my favorite Instagrammers are probably Lady and Pups. Her stuff is absolutely beautiful. Again, a lot of Asian inspired food, but her photography is just really stunning. Beth Kirby of Local Milk. She's kind of just like exploded in the last few years, and I can't even understand how she can take such beautiful photos. Like they're just absolutely stunning. And then I guess probably like Eva Cosmos Flores from Adventures in Cooking, who I know that you also have had on the podcast. Her stuff is beautiful as well. I love how like moody and Pacific Northwestern it is. The lighting is just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, totally. Okay, number four, what is the most unusual or treasured item you have in your kitchen?
I mean, does a couch count? I mean, I feel like my living room and kitchen are just basically like one big room, so I don't really have anything super unusual. I would say my most treasured items would be I have this antique kind of teal blue Pyrex bowl that belonged to my great aunt Aggie, who lived to be 102. And so I have that, which is like, I'm like, don't touch it. My boyfriend tries to use it to cook in, and I'm like, don't. If you break it, I'll die. And then probably also my KitchenAid mixer. Like as a baker, your KitchenAid mixer is your best friend.
Right. Number five, name one ingredient you used to dislike that you now love.
This doesn't necessarily apply to baking as much, but I used to like despise broccoli, and now I love it. I eat it like every day. It's my favorite vegetable.
Wow. I actually roast. Have you ever roasted broccoli?
Yeah, that's my favorite way to eat it,
Yeah,
actually.
I
I
did it
love
for the very first time yesterday, and my wife was like, "How have you not been doing this? Why have
Oh
you
my
been
God.
boiling broccoli?"
Oh no, you definitely roast it and like squeeze some lemon and Parmesan. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's totally so good. We're gonna do that like from now on.
Yeah.
Number six, what are a few cookbooks that make your life better?
Well, like I said, I don't have a lot of room for cookbooks. So my collection is pretty slim currently. But The Baking from My Home to Yours by Dory Greenspan is probably like my favorite baking staple. I also have this cookbook called Vintage Cakes by, I think it's Julie Richardson. It's not it's just got a lot of like, she apparently found a box of old vintage recipes like in the attic of a bakery that she bought or something like that, and kind of tweaked them to make them a little bit more modern and created this vintage cakes book out of it, which kind of goes with the scheme of like me really loving these like simple, really like rustic skillet cakes. A lot of the stuff in there is kind of along those lines, and everything I've made from it has just been like totally spot on. So I actually really love that one too. I've been baking from it a lot lately.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like a totally cool look. I've never heard of it, so definitely have to check that out on Amazon.
Yeah.
And finally, number 7, what song or album just makes you want to cook?
What song? Probably anything like shamelessly poppy. Like I have a wide variety of likes when it comes to music, but when I'm baking, I want to like kind of dance around and have a good time in the kitchen. So probably like Taylor Swift's 1989. I think from when that album came out, like for the next 3 months, that was the only thing I listened to while I baked. I find myself listening to like a lot of Hall and Oates and like old pop music, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, anything that I can like dance around to and have fun with.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Katie. You have officially survived the pressure cooker.
Whew.